Well, Ryley, let's start from the start. How did you get into weightlifting?
I had a CrossFit background, and I kind of transferred over when we got some assistance from Miles for our regionals team when we qualified for the Pacific Regionals for CrossFit last year. And so we met up with Miles. Miles was like, all right, you've got some potential, let's have a crack at this. And it was good to learn from him. Like, I fixed up my technique a lot, and from there tried a first comp, and yeah, just loved the feeling.
Were you keen straight away, or did you have some doubts?
Nah, I was hooked. I'm very yeah, I like to push myself in both sports, and it was awesome to be able to like surround myself with a great community at Cougars. It was just like a great motivation to train, and yeah, I was just hooked from it. It was great.
Take us through the first couple of sessions. Was it hard work? Was it hard making that change, or did you sort of take to it like a duck to water?
Oh, at first I was kind of felt like a little fish in a big pond, with everyone throwing around some big weights, and little old me kind of being like, oh wow, this is where like the serious lifters are. And yeah, so I was pretty lucky to have James Norman as a training partner, and it's funny, he was a whole weight class lower than me, but he still had bigger strength numbers than me, so I was like, all right, I can get stronger. But yeah, it's good. It's been a pretty good transition, I feel. I think I've taken to it a little bit now, and yeah, I love it.
I think that's probably an understatement. How many meets have you had now? 5 or 6 or something like that? Ridiculous.
This will be my 5th one today. Yeah.
And so, after the 3rd one, you were selected in the Australian team? I mean, if someone had said to you when you started, the first day you walked into the gym, if they'd have said, have 3 meets and then you can go on the Australian team, would you believe them?
Yeah, it was crazy. I did my first comp up in Toowoomba for a league round, and hit some very safe weights, and Miles kind of pulled me aside at the end. He's like, oh, what are you doing next weekend? And I said, oh, I was meant to be down in Sydney. He's like, oh, well, if you do the list you can already do in training, next weekend you could potentially qualify for a trip to India. I was like, oh, all right, that sounds good. So yeah, on my my second comp, I was pretty lucky and fortunate to hit what I needed to hit to qualify for Pune.
And tell us about that experience, going away on an Australian team, an Australian weightlifting team. What was it like?
Oh, it was it's hard to explain really. It's very inspirational, like be able to kind of rub shoulders on the buses with like guys like Damon Kelly and stuff like that. They're just big. Like, I've seen them on YouTube on my computer. I don't think I'd be like wearing the same green and gold as them. It was an awesome experience. It was a massive culture shock going over to India, but it was really good. It was a good eye opener. It makes you feel pretty privileged.
And you can tell you're enjoying it. I mean, today you're getting pumped out there. You're jumping around. Is that just exuberance, or are you really pumped? You're really that excited whenever you get a successful lift?
Yeah, I'm a very energetic person. I guess you could sum me up as. Yeah, I tried to tone it back. Actually, that was like a dialed-in celebration. No, usually I'm flipping around or doing something stupid, but no, it was. It's always like just an exhilarating experience hitting a PB, and especially in front of like a big crowd at the expo. It was awesome.
And what about long term? What sort of goals are you setting yourself on? You can afford to do that now, can't you? Because you're hitting new barriers every time.
Yeah. Well, with me, I'm kind of selfish. I want to do both weightlifting and CrossFit. Like one great example of that I like to kind of keep in mind is Tia Claire Toomey. For her to hit that. Hit second in the world at the CrossFit Games and then represent our country as well. It's I reckon that'd be awesome. So I'm a big aimer. If I'm going to do something, I'll try and get as high as I can. So I'd love to make a Commonwealth Games in the future, maybe having a crack at Olympics, not knowing where I could go to, but that would be awesome to do. And yeah, hopefully one day get to the Games as well, CrossFit Games.
I'm going to put you on the spot here though. If Miles or someone at Australian weightlifting says to you, we think you've got Olympic potential, you can get to Tokyo maybe, but you might have to put the CrossFit to one side for a little bit, what do you say?
Come
back to you?
I don't know.
Should we ask you later?
I reckon I could knuckle down with weightlifting. I could always. I feel like you kind of peak later and a bit later for CrossFit. So I could always, and they do really help each other, the two sports. If I can be a lot stronger in weightlifting, it transfers across awesomely to CrossFit. So I can move the moderate weights, like 80 kilos for like clean and jerks. I'll feel a lot better and a lot more fluent if I can have good consistent strength and technique in weightlifting. So the two kind of go hand in hand. Yeah, no, I'd love to get the chance to represent the country in Olympics. I reckon that would be awesome.
One final question: what do all your friends say to you? All the friends that you had before you came into weightlifting, who all of a sudden their mate's an Australian team representative.
No, I think I'm not that big yet.
You've been on the Australian team. You've been off to a Commonwealth championship.
Yeah. I think I'm just known as like the fitness guy or something like that.
They were pretty stoked for you though?
Yeah. I got like a lot of overwhelming support from back home when I was over there, and I feel pretty blessed to have the support network I do.
Mate, it's great having you as part of this sport and seeing the enthusiasm you bring into it, plus lifting great weights every time you get out there.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
it's
exciting,
awesome.
and it's exciting to see someone who's actually really enjoying the ride. So best of luck with the future, mate.
Thanks. It's be an adventure. I'm really looking forward to see what the future brings.